right.
The one thing that I heard from him, and this is something that I don't know if this generation does it, but it's that generosity gene. Like that giving. They tell you when you give abundantly, you will receive.
Yeah.
And he was right. I mean, a lot of things he said just from a logical perspective made sense. So I'm definitely going to check it out.
Well, I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
So he touched on age bracket children and their self-confidence. Y'all, since y'all have kids, what are some ways that y'all instill will help to build their self-confidence?
Well, you know, I do a lot of motivating my child, and because I think it started because I always had some sort of low self-esteem in certain areas. So, and I thought about, like, I wish I would have had somebody when I was younger to kind of motivate me or push me, or, you know, because I always felt like my dreams were unattainable and they were too big. But if looking back now, if I had had like that, you know, person that kind of thought like I did when it came to dreams and, you know, pushing yourself to do things, then, you know, and thinking outside of the box, which is most important when it comes to, like, you know, pursuing your goals and dreams and stuff like that. I wish you know, I'm always constantly talking to my son and like trying to motivate him. I also send him like motivational videos and stuff like that from like speakers that, you know, that basically say, because, you know, it's hard sometimes as a parent when you're trying to talk to your child, they don't always want to hear it from you. Like sometimes they want to, you know, if somebody else is giving the same message that you're giving, and you know, it's just different coming from a different person, and they sometimes, you know, unfortunately they receive it differently. But like, yeah, I just, you know, I just do the best I can, because, you know, I'm raise my child the best I can and pour into him instead of letting the outside force, the streets or whatever, pour into him something negative. So
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make sure. Well, go ahead, Spark. She asked you the question. Go ahead, answer the question.
Same thing. I did a lot of affirmations. I made sure that they were involved with an instrument because I think that gets the creative juices flowing. I always make my kids go in theater because you're a lot of times that allows you to not have that shyness, and it's a form of public speaking. Mentors, definitely. In my household, when they were younger, I used to give everybody a checkbook. You know, like if I had a lot of checkbooks, they would have to write checks for things in the house. So if you wanted to play the game, you start with like 1,000. It costs $100 to play the game. So now you're learning how to balance a checkbook. And then when we went to their doctor's appointment, they would write out the copay. So it was just little things that no matter if they say, oh, that's something adult that they supposed to know, I started to get them, you know, to understand and learn how to do these things. So when they got older, they were able to, you know, do it on their own. So, you know, at the ages that they are, I mean, I feel good that I've instilled enough tools in them that they're able to be self-sufficient. So that motivation, especially in that that frontal lobe time of 7 to 12, like our guest said, are very, very important and prominent years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I feel like it's a different way that we have to motivate our kids versus our white counterparts.
Oh,
like, you know, our kids are seeing different things from what our white counterparts are seeing. So it's easier for them to kind of motivate their kids. And for us, it's like motivation to them might be the basketball player, the rappers, the singers. So we got to kind of like go above and beyond to make them see like, hey, you can be a scientist, you can be you know, women in tech, like, you know, it's so many different things, and you can be successful and have wealth but not have to, you know, be an entertainer or something like that, or a sports player to do so. But
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, from a male's perspective, see, I'm interested as to what your mindset with the whole you know, motivating.
You know, that's interesting. I think I look at me and what motivates me, and a lot of negative things. I shouldn't say negative things, but a lot of negative things motivate me. Like if you tell me I can't, I'm going to. And that's a motivating factor for me. And unfortunately, when it comes to men, black males, a lot of people are in the position or with the mind state that they can't. Yeah. Because they're already considered a statistic, right? And so when you put that on black men or black males, right? They have to, it's like using, I mean, we keep it a being here. It's like using the word nigga, right? We use that. We talking to each other. That's my man. That's, you know what I mean? So, when that whole discussion about that word, the N word, right? That whole discussion, why do we use it? We use it because we have been able to internalize it, flip it, and make a different narrative, create our own narrative of what that means. So that means friend to somebody endearing, right? And so we have learned to flip negative connotations into positives. And so I think we start to, and unfortunately that shouldn't be the case. Like, it shouldn't be the case of being able to talk to little boys behind the wheel and say, okay, when the cops stop you, you have to make sure your hands are in, 1 and 11, and put your hands up and make sure you look at the cop, say yes sir, no sir. We shouldn't have to have that conversation to our kids, because nobody else has to have that conversation to their kids, right? But it's something that we have to be honest about and say that this is something that we have to do. So because we have to do it, that becomes our reality, right? And that's the lens that we look through the glass with. That's our perspective. That's our reality, right? And so when we say certain things and we talk to them, the kids or the youth, and trying to get them motivated, we have to talk like that and be real.
Right.
And be 100% real, because they can see through the nonsense. They can see through the BS. They can see through. So you have to keep it a buck, as they say. You got to keep it a beam all the time and encourage them and be, flagrant with it. Be animated with it. One person that I like to talk about is Shannon Briggs. It's one thing he talked to people. Ex-boxer, right? One thing he says, let's go, champ. Let's go. Right? And he gets you excited. Let's go, champ. Everybody a champ. Let's go. We got the ability to do that. If we unite and form like Voltron, we can do it. Let's go, champ. And that's why I like him. And so when you talk about motivating, if that don't motivate you, if somebody ain't watching this right now, just got motivated with that, then I already did my job. Right. And so if I can do that and inspire one, I did my job.
Right. And another thing, Black families are different. When you go to plays and graduations and they're like, everyone, please keep it down. When our babies get up there, what the way we yell, my kids be like, oh, here she go. I'm gonna be like getting up. Yes. And I'm just, you're that's a form of that motivation. And I think we definitely culturally have to do it differently.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Lauren Sizzle
and Classy Lady Sparkle.
And have you subscribed to our channel yet?
If the answer is no, you need to subscribe now.
Yeah, so stop what you're doing. Go right now and subscribe. We like you. You like us. So go ahead and subscribe.
Come on over. Be a part of the family of We Talk Weekly and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe
now.